So we just got a message there, the Belmont Loft from Little Bisping, Blackpool. So we press on that, press message paths and then map view. We can see that that's come from Rivington Pike, which is somewhere over there, Rivington Pike repeater, and then Belmont, which is somewhere over there. Hey robot makers, I'm out here with a phone that has no SIM card in it. There's no Wi-Fi around here, so where did that message go? Well, the answer is lurking somewhere down there in Belmont Village in my loft. To be honest, I'm not sure how far the signal will go, so let's do some testing back at the lab to find out more. These two boards are Heltec Wi-Fi LoRa 32 V3s. These are LoRa radios, and LoRa stands for long range. And the way that you get the long range is by giving up almost everything else. Think of it like this. Your phone's having a fast conversation in a quiet room. This one is shouting one word at a time, very slowly across a valley. You can't say much, it's only text, no pictures, no browsing, but you can be heard from a very long way off. Most people have heard of this, have heard of Meshtastic. It's a bigger project, it's been around longer, and it's good, properly good. I've gone with Meshcore instead, and the reason for this is how it finds you. The first message you send goes looking for you and floods across the whole network. But the moment it arrives, the reply traces the route back and the network remembers the way. Everything after that is a direct route. These two are the exact same board, same price, same everything off the shelf. But one of these is actually going to be something that you can type on using your phone. The other one will never send a message of its own again. One of these is going to be my companion, the one that gets paired to my phone. The other is a repeater. The repeater can't chat. That's not a limitation, that's actually its job. It just forwards whatever it hears. Which means if I flash both of these as repeaters, I've built a network with nobody on it. There is a third role too, which is the room repeater. Think of this as a bulletin board that holds messages until you check in. Not what we need today, so we'll leave it there. Belmont sits high above sea level, and my roof is nearly the very highest point in the village. On paper, it's the best thing I own. On paper. Loft tiles can be insulated underneath by a simple mesh, or they can have a foil back mesh. Because if this is what is under my tiles, then I'm not putting a radio in a loft, I'm putting it in a very well made metal box, and none of this will work. Luckily, I've not got the foil backed one because that would block all radio signals out of my loft. And that's the thing that will decide whether any of this will work. So let's go up to the loft now and I'll show you what's actually up there. It's not pretty. So you can see duct taped to the very top of the apex of my property is this tiny little antenna, and if I get a bit closer you can also see the little Meshtastic Meshcore node there as well. I've literally got this thing sellotaped to the wooden loft thing. You can see there we've got the mesh and the tiles are just behind that. If you're a radio buff, you can probably tell me if this is going to get a good signal or a bad signal, and whether I need to improve the size of that tiny little aerial there. And also whether all this networking gear is going to interfere with that signal. I want to show you how easy it is to flash one of these boards. Let me just show you a couple of important things first. So we absolutely need to make sure that the antenna is plugged into the board before we put power in. If you put power into the USB and the antenna isn't connected, you may well damage the radio beyond repair. It has a lot of energy and it's got nowhere to go. So to put this into DFU mode, this is the device firmware upgrade, we need to hold down the reset button and the boot button at the same time, and then just release the reset button and then the boot button. So I'm going to head over to meshcore.io/flasher, and then what we need to do is pick what board that we have. So I have a Heltec V3 and I want to pick which role this is going to be. So we can either have the Bluetooth companion, a USB companion that disables Bluetooth. We can have a repeater, a room server, or a KISS radio modem. So for this one, I'm going to go for the companion Bluetooth. We can erase the device and then we can click on the flash button. It's going to ask me which device this is. And it's this one here which has been paired. And if I now go over to here and press the connect button, we'll see now that it begins to flash the device. Let's give that a couple of seconds for it to flash, and then away we go. Now the great thing with this is we can change our minds. If we want to make this into a repeater or a room node, we can easily just reflash this with the new role. Okay, that's done. It says it's resetting. We can see there on the overhead, the bench cam, that it's now loading its new settings. Now what we do need to do is we do need to configure it. So let's just click on close And this is way easier to do using the Meshcore app on your phone. Now, I'm not going to read out the frequency or spread factor on camera, so pick EU or UK if you live in the EU or UK. It's easier to do this on the phone itself. So 2 settings worth caring about before you go any further. One is the duty cycle, set that to 10%. Meshcore will happily let you run at 100%, and in this country that's actually not legal. And number 2 is the power. The power limits count your antenna, not just the board. So a stock antenna, you're fine. If you stick a great big gain antenna on top of it, that can actually take you over the line without even touching a single other setting. So just be mindful of that. Before anyone asks, no, a radio ham license is not required here, and it doesn't actually help you with more power. This isn't the amateur spectrum. It's the same band as your doorbell. Right, 2 radios with the same settings, sitting close enough to touch each other, and they will still not talk to each other. Nothing is broken, they just haven't introduced themselves yet. Meshcore won't let you message someone whose key it's never seen before, so one of them has to shout its name first. And there it is. If your nodes won't talk and everything else looks right, there's almost certainly that's what's missing. Send an advert, give it a second, and then try again. So on your phone, you click on the little icon up there and you can do advert flood routed, and that will broadcast out your name to everybody that's available in the nearby mesh. So the node is powered up and the antenna is as high and as clear as I can get it. So one thing before this goes anywhere near the ceiling for good, set the admin password and turn on the remote admin while it's down on the bench. Ask me how I know you don't want to be climbing back into the loft with a laptop. Now, I've read people getting tens of miles out of these things, and I've also read that some people couldn't get 5 streets. Both of these are true. The difference isn't the money you spend, it's whether the thing can see where it's going. So let's find out what I've actually got. So here's a little conversation I had with somebody over Meshcore. They simply said, right, who's broken Meshcore? And I said, it wasn't me. And they replied back. So we can trace the message route. We can see how far that has actually come. So if we look on the mesh there on the map, you can see that Demo Solar repeater has gone all the way across North Manchester, my Belmont Lofts repeater. And here is a view of the entire mesh that my repeater has discovered so far. So you can see we've gone as far as Southeast England. Gateway repeater is just outside London. And we also have that one just at South Wales, all the way up to Dallow-Tastic repeater, which is in the north of Britain. So where does something like this actually earn its keep? Up here for one, walking the West Pennine Moors, where mobile coverage is genuinely patchy and can drop off for miles at a time, and a festival's another good one, where tens of thousands of people are all trying to use the same cell site at the same time, and no one's phone can get a word in. There was a storm one winter that took out power lines for the best part of a day, landlines, mobile masts, all at the same time, which is exactly the moment you don't want to be relying on one network that just went down with everything else. None of these things makes it a replacement for anything, it's just a thing that works when other things don't, and that's all it ever needs to be. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I shall see you next time. Bye for now. It's like an Aladdin's cave up here of other stuff. That's my little Raspberry Pi NAS there. An old iMac. Got an oscilloscope there. And there's also a Mac Pro just there as well.